Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is 13th lecture of this series. In this video, we will learn about the looping concept. So the looping concept can be implemented with the help of the while loop, and another one is the for loop, right? So first of all, we will learn about the while loop. Before moving to the actual coding, let us see that why we will use the looping concept. So we will try to understand the looping concept by taking a simple example like that. I want to display the message Python 10 times on the screen. Then how will display the Python 10 times on the screen? So the one way is that you have to write this message 10 times, right? So likewise we can have to write this message 10 times, but it is not the good solution for writing the same statement 10 times, because if you will dare to write the 10 times then it's okay, but if you are trying to display this message 10,000 times, then at that time that is not the feasible solution. So we are trying to find out the feasible solution to print this message 10,000 times or n number of times on the screen. So according to our requirement, we can display this message up to n number of times, right? So for that we have to start with the initial value. Like I have taken suppose x equals to 1. So we are trying to count the number from 1, and if the value of x reached up to our desired position, then the loop is to be stopped, right? So here we have taken the x equals to 1, and we will write here the while the x is less than equals to, suppose I have given here the 10. So if the value of x is less than equals to 10, then we have to process some task. So we have already seen that we are trying to display the message Python 10 times on the screen. Then we have to write here the print, right? And inside the print we have to write Python, right? So first of all, it will initialize the value of x as 1, and then it will check the condition that x is less than equals to 10 is true. So if it is true, then it will print the message Python. After printing the message, the value of x is to be incremented by 1. So how we will increment the value of x by 1? So x plus equals to 1. That's all. So first of all, it will initialize the value of x as 1. And then 1 is less than equals to 10 is true, so it will print the message Python. And after printing this message, the value of x will be incremented by 1. So the value of x becomes 2, and then again it will jump to the while loop and check the condition that whether the condition is true or not. So if the x is less than equals to 10, so right now the value of x is 2, so 2 is less than equals to 10 is true. So the condition is true, so again it will print Python and then increment the value of x by 1, right? So again the value of x becomes 3 and it will check the condition, and the whole process is to be repeated. So once the value of x becomes 11, then this loop will be terminated, right? So now try to run and see the output. So we have seen here the 10 times Python has been displayed, right? But if you don't want to display this message in a separate line, because the print is automatically print the message and create a new line. But if you are not happy with that, then you can display the message in the same line. Like you have to just separate it by comma and write on the end, and end is equals to terminated by a space. And by default it is the \n, that is the new line. So in place of new line, I have given here the space. So after printing this message Python, it will give the space, not the new line. So after giving the space, again the next message is to be displayed in the same line rather than in the next line, right? So just you see here, after execution of the program, we have seen that all the Python is displayed in the same line. So 10 times they have displayed the message, right? So if you are trying to count the number, then you have to print the value of x along with this message. Suppose I am writing here the value of x also, then use the f string, and here you write down the value of x. right? And then again run the program. You will get here the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along with this message Python, right? So it has displayed 10 times Python. But if you are not happy to display this message and you are trying to display only the number like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then you just have to remove it and display the message. So run the program and you will get the answer 1 to 10. Right. The same type of problem can also be displayed in the reverse order. Suppose you are trying to display the message from 10 to 1, then initialize the value of x by 10 and check the condition here that x is greater than or equals to 1. So if the value of x is greater than equals to 1, then we have to display the value of x, and then here in place of the increment we have to decrement the value by 1. So the value of x is decremented by 1. So in each and every iteration the value of x will be decremented by 1, and if the value of x becomes 0, then the condition becomes false and the loop will be terminated, right? So this time it will initialize the value of x is 10, and then the 10 is greater than or equals to 1 is true, so it will print 10, and then the value of x will be decremented by 1, so it becomes 9, and again it will check the condition, and this process is to be repeated until unless the value of x becomes 0, right? So once the value of x becomes 0, the condition becomes false and the loop will be terminated, right? So let's just try to run the program and see the output. So here we have got the answer. Now let us see the another question, that if I want to display the square of all the numbers from 1 to 10, then again we have to initialize the value of x equals to 1 and check the condition that while x is less than equals to 10, then we have to find the square of the number. So directly we can print here the x square, and here the double star is used for finding the square of the number, like this. The exponent symbol we have used. The exponential, this is the power symbol for that. So x to the power 2. So whatever be the value of x is to be powered by 2. Right? So initially the value of x is 1 and 1 is less than equals to 10, so it will try to find that the 1 to the power 2, so it will print 1. The next time the value of x should be incremented by 1, so that is to be plus equals to 1. So now the value of x becomes 2, and check the condition. The 2 is less than equals to 10 is true, so 2 to the power 2, so it will print 4. And now the value of x is incremented by 1, so it becomes 3, right? So 3 is less than equals to 10, so again 3 to the power 2 is 9, so it will print 9, and so on. So this process will be repeated, right? And once the condition becomes false, then it will be terminated. So run the program and get the output like this. So they are printing the message in the separate line, but if we are trying to display in the same line, then we have already seen in the previous program that we have to terminate with the space. Okay, so the line is to be terminated by a space. So after every print we have given here the space, right? So it is now printed. If I will increase the space here, then also here we will get the more space between the number, right? So likewise we can do here the while loop. So I think you have got the idea about the while loop and your concept will be clear. If you like this video, then please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for the latest update. Thank you all.